forgotten path. In the sleepy town of Ashford, surrounded by rolling hills and dense forests, there was a forgotten path known only to a few. Overgrown with brambles and shrouded in mist, the path was said to lead to the ruins of an ancient chapel. Legends told of dark rituals and lost souls, but few dared to venture there. One crisp autumn afternoon, a young woman named Emily arrived in Ashford. An avid hiker and amateur historian, she was intrigued by the stories of the forgotten path and the mysterious chapel. Despite the warnings from the townsfolk, her curiosity and love for adventure compelled her to find the path and uncover its secrets. Emily set out early, the morning sun casting long shadows on the forest floor. Armed with a map and her trusty camera, she followed the faint trail leading into the woods. The deeper she went, the thicker the undergrowth became, and the air grew colder. Hours passed as she navigated the treacherous terrain, the silence of the forest broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves. Just as she began to doubt the path's existence, she stumbled upon a clearing. There, partially hidden by ivy and moss, stood the remnants of the ancient chapel. The structure was crumbling, its once grand stone walls now a skeletal frame. Emily's excitement grew as she carefully approached the ruins. She stepped inside, the air thick with the scent of damp earth and decay. Sunlight filtered through the broken roof, casting eerie patterns on the floor. As she explored the chapel, Emily found a series of old carvings and symbols etched into the stone walls. Fascinated, she began to take photos, documenting her findings. Lost in her work, she didn't notice the sun sinking lower in the sky. It was only when a sudden chill ran through her that she realized the temperature had dropped significantly. The shadows grew longer, and a dense fog began to creep into the chapel. Unease settled over her, and she decided it was time to head back. As Emily turned to leave, she heard a faint whisper, barely audible above the rustling leaves. "Stay." The word sent a shiver down her spine. She quickened her pace, but the whisper came again, more insistent. "Stay with us." Panic set in, and she broke into a run, the fog thickening around her. She stumbled over roots and stones, the path she had taken seeming to shift and change. The whispers grew louder, a chorus of voices pleading and commanding her to stay. Just as she thought she would never escape, she burst through the tree line and into the open field. Gasping for breath, she glanced back and saw the fog retreating, the chapel hidden once more in the forest's depths. Emily hurried back to Ashford, her heart still pounding. She shared her experience with the townsfolk, showing them the photos she had taken. The images revealed the carvings and symbols, but in the background she noticed something she hadn't seen before. Faint, ghostly figures watching her from the shadows. The townsfolk listened in silence, their faces grim. The oldest among them spoke, his voice heavy with sorrow. The chapel was once a place of worship, but it became a site of dark rituals long ago. The souls trapped there seek the living to join them, to ease their eternal torment. Emily left Ashford the next day, the haunting whispers still echoing in her mind. She never spoke of the forgotten path again. But the legend of the chapel and its lost souls grew, a chilling reminder of the dangers lurking in the hidden corners of the world.